We ordered the food from Wild Fork and it is here. So we're just gonna do a quick prep here. So got my bags, my scale, our seasonings, our chicken, and as well as the garlic and ginger. For a tablespoon, so that way we can control some of our seasonings and the calories. Our goal here was to make our chicken. So I'm gonna grab a glove here and work on butcher paper just so I can throw it away just in case, but I'm just gonna grab some chicken thigh here, toss a few in the bag. I'm gonna go roughly about 4. Let's see. So we're at 21 ounces, which is going to be a little over a pound. So let's get to our next one and see if we can get these relatively equal. Ooh, this one's a big one. That's roughly 4 in this one as well. Let's see where we're at. So this is almost at that same amount of 22 ounces. And that's because there's a really big one in there. I can already start to feel everything kind of tighten up on the upper side. So this is why we prep and do this cooking in multiple steps. So let's get a bunch of these in here real quick. Let's see where we're at. We're probably well above. Yep, we're at 27 on that one. And we're out of chicken. So that's okay. We got one that's going to be a little bit heavier. And I'm going to make that the taco one because that usually lasts a little bit longer. And we've got 20 calories per teaspoon. And we're doing a table. Let's see. Fuck. Oh, come on. Bear with me. Just got to stand for a minute. Try to get some pressure off real quick. Okay. But we're going to do this a different way. We're going to set this to grams. All right, so 92 grams here, and we are pretty much just gonna go through and do the whole thing, because we are low. I'm out of taco seasoning, but just a island spice taco seasoning, nothing special at that point. And I'm prepped for my tacos. So get that sealed up, get that ready for the. So I said 92 and we're at 66 right now. So a little under 30 grams of the seasoning. We'll do the conversion a little bit later. All right, so our next up is we have our chicken. Talked about doing the lemon garlic. So we're gonna do a lemon pepper seasoning. I kind of modified it a little bit because this is what we have. So 1 tablespoon on this one is going to be 10 calories. So let's go ahead and see what we are adding here. As you can see, I've got my half of a tablespoon. So there's roughly 1 half, 2 half, 3 half, 4. And then let's see where that gets us on coverage. Let me rinse this off. And I'm thinking that that gets us pretty decent for coverage. So the only other thing that I wanted to do in here was we've got our crushed garlic cubes. And we're going to take our crushed garlic cube and we're going to throw a few in there. Now, I really like things garlicky, so I'm going to do a total of 4 in this case. So that's 40 calories. So basically we've got another 80 calories or food added to our chicken prep. Once again, just gonna kind of let that sit in there. It's going to melt into the marinade and continue to prep. So let's go ahead and seal this one up. And then we decided that we wanted to do some Asian. So this is just a quick one here. We've got some curcumins. Tablespoon is going to be 10. So we'll get our tablespoon back out here. And we will do half, 1, half, 2, half, 3, half, 4. That is going to be enough for that. Let me rinse this again. All right, so again, kind of mix it in. And this time we're coming back to our garlic and we are gonna pop 2 garlics in there. But this time we're also adding our ginger that we got. So there's 2 ginger, and we're gonna do 3 ginger in there. So we're doing 4. So 6 of these, which should be roughly, so ginger's 5 calories. So we're adding 20 calories of ginger and we're adding 20 calories of garlic. So that's pretty much it. We've got the chicken prepped and let's see how this goes. And then we'll get it cleaned up. Throw this back in the fridge, and frankly, I need a break. So we're going to stop here and I need to pick up and let my back rest because I'm starting to get a nice burning sensation through my back, which is always awesome. So back in the fridge to marinate overnight, and then tomorrow we will cook. And it's like I was never there. All right, we are going to have some lunch here. So ultimately, I did end up making the jailhouse chili, which turned out quite amazing. That's roughly 1 portion or 1,200 calories. We're gonna go throw this in the microwave. We're gonna heat it up and we're gonna have some lunch. All right, and we did the meal prep and started prepping everything here. So we've got the grill heating up and we're going to basically cook the chicken meals that we prepped. We're gonna taste and see if we can keep it in our core budget while making it taste good. So join me in here through the cooking process and I'll show you kind of what meal planning looks like for me, because I've got some containers that I keep everything in. So hopefully this tastes as good as it sounds, but trying to keep everything, some high vegetables here. Ultimately, you don't see me standing. I've actually got a drum throne from when I used to play the drums, and that is going to be my seat for cooking. So we are heating up here, and when this gets nice and warm, we'll go ahead, get our chicken down, and we'll start working on it. So I've got the far side over here turned down, and ultimately we are going to be cooking our vegetables for tonight. I'm not cooking all the vegetables. I just want what I'm going to be eating today, because I ultimately want it to have a fresher taste and a better snap to it. So we are heating up here. Still a little cool, but let's get some splash of oil. And I'm going to use this to just kind of spread it around. Try and make that oil last as long as possible. Cauliflower rice medley here. And it's got peas, carrots, and onions. Got the left side, where this side here, we got that on a little bit of a higher heat, because that's what we're going to be doing our chicken, and I want a good sear on my chicken. So got a little bit of steam coming up here, so we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of drizzle of oil again, and same concept here. I'll try and spread the oil as much of the grill as possible, so that way we're using as little as possible. Soy inspired chicken here with our garlic and ginger. You have to say it does smell pretty good. So let's give this one final mix in here, and we will get this going. All right, and then next we have the lemon garlic pepper chicken. So let's get this down. Lastly, we have the taco seasoned chicken here. All right, so we roughly had 20 ounces of the soy, garlic, and ginger. We had roughly 20 ounces of the lemon pepper and garlic. And then we had roughly 25 ounces of the taco chicken. So that's what we're going to make. We're going to leave the taco chicken as well as the lemon pepper garlic chicken for later. So I brought out some containers for meal prep. But right now we're just going to get this cooked through, and we'll continue cooking. We'll kind of mix up our vegetables over here and start prepping for dinner. This is the boring part, waiting to make sure that we got a nice sear on the chicken. Because I don't know about you, but I like mine to have those blackened little crispy bits of extra added flavor. Brought out a little bit of water. I use it to clean as well, but we're going to add it a little bit to the vegetables just to make sure that they get steamed a bit. The nice thing is that entire bag was only 90 calories. So that means that I get a lot, what looks like a lot of food. So I'm telling my brain that I'm eating a lot, whether I am or not, and it's going to be lower in calories. And then we got a ton of protein to offset with my hunger. So got a little bit on the chicken. It's not quite as dark as I would like. Then I've got these little bowls that I'm going to use, and this is going to be my meal prep because I want to make sure that I've got something ready to go in case I get hungry, that I'm not sitting there waiting to cook and accidentally grabbing something out of the fridge that I shouldn't be. Because we all know we've done that. Oh, look, leftovers. Oh, look, pizza or something quick, cookies, chips. grab something that's protein ready to go. Heating up the vegetables is easy. You can always microwave them, so not the best option, but an option. So when we're done, put them in the bowls, make sure that they're ready to go in the refrigerator, so I'm not tempting myself and grabbing junk. Now you'll see that I didn't actually season my vegetables, and that's fine. Ultimately, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to be using a Kinder's teriyaki sauce. We're going to put roughly about a tablespoon, which I think is like 40 calories, just to add a bunch of flavor to that. Chop it up with our soy, ginger, and garlic chicken, and ultimately make ourselves hopefully a pretty decent tasting meal. Oh yeah, look at that color. Let's get that one flipped. Got the hot zone. Oh, that's looking good. Oh, all right. Definitely not in the hot zone on the soy side, but we're definitely got some nice color going. What a nice bit of char we got on there. All that flavor locked in the meat. So I'm looking forward to this, and we should have some pretty good meals ready to go. We'll get everything finished off here, and then we'll go ahead, we'll get it in our containers, and I'll show you what that looks like. And ultimately, then we've got 3 meals ready to go, but one of them is going down tonight, and that's going to be our soy chicken with the vegetables. So then I've got my taco flavored chicken, and like I said, we got the fajita vegetables that we ordered, and lastly we've got our lemon garlic pepper, which frankly goes with just about anything. So that one I'm not super worried about. Now the one thing I do want to talk to you about is I did pick chicken thigh. I specifically picked chicken thigh because I know I can hammer it harder, and if it gets above the 165, it's not a big deal. It's still going to taste pretty good because there's a little bit of extra fat content. That fat content is going to increase our calories a little bit, but it's not by much to be able to hammer chicken and not make a mistake. And if you overcook it, oh well, not a big deal, right? So it's kind of why I went with it, because I know it'll still be good tomorrow. It'll be good the day after. When it's chicken thigh or chicken breast, you can kind of get that dryness and it kind of gets chewy. So look at that. Oh, that got some nice charcoal bits to it. So let's go ahead and we're going to start pulling this off here. Look at that. Oh, that looks so good. I can smell the soy. Nice caramelization in the sauce. And our last piece, just need to add the vegetables to that one. Let's grab our lemon pepper. Oh, look at that. All those bits of flavor. Oh, you see it just dripping. Look at that. Oh, that's nice. We got our bacon. And lastly, we've got our taco. Got a little baby piece. Look at that char to it. It's gonna taste so good. But we'll finish up here and I'll see you on the inside and we'll show what everything looks like, so that way you can get a look of what I plan on doing for my meal prep and kind of how many calories that is in my meal. All right, so as you can see here, we have our vegetables. We have our ginger, soy, and garlic chicken. We have our lemon pepper marinade with some additional garlic all grilled up. And then we've got our taco chicken. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw up some macro numbers of what this looks like, and I'll be right back. And the last little bit is I'm going to be putting on a little bit of this Kinder's teriyaki melting marinade. You can see it's 1 tablespoon for 25. So I'm going to put it on 25 calories worth. And then we got some hot sauce, where ultimately we got one, looks like teaspoon, sorry, is going to be 5 calories. We're going to put a little bit of that on to give it a little bit of heat and ultimately get after it. So enjoy. Hopefully you guys enjoyed kind of a quick meal prep. Ooh. All right, look at that. We are on the scale, roughly 401. And ultimately the zigzag seems to be working right now. So we'll continue on that pace for this upcoming week. And we will go from there. So thanks for joining me along the way, and join you in the next one.